concentration is by molarity, okay? Or you can say it's concentration in mole per dm cube, okay? This is the concentration expressed in mole per dm cube. Molarity is simply a concentration you express in mole per dm cube. So mathematically, molarity is number of mole divided by the volume in dm cube or liter, okay? So now, look at the question on the board. What is the molarity of the solution prepared by dissolving 75.5 grams of pure KOH, potassium hydroxide, in 540 ml, that's milliliter of solution? So from the question here, this is the mass of the solute, this is the volume of the solution, and this is the compound, the solute we are talking about, potassium hydroxide, okay? So how do we calculate this molarity of this solution? Okay, the molarity is giving us, remember that molarity is giving us number of mole over volume. So how do we get number of mole of the KOH? Number of mole of the KOH is simply dividing this mass, 75.5 gram, all over the molar mass. This K, the molar mass is 39 plus 16 plus 1, right? 39 is the atomic mass of potassium, 16 is the atomic mass of oxygen, 1 is hydrogen. So when you sum it together, the total mass will give you 56 gram per mole. Okay, so you divide this by 56 gram per mole. Okay, so when you divide this, what you definitely have here is 1.348 mole, right? That is the mole for potassium hydroxide. So what next? The volume is not in liters, okay? So volume is 540 ml. You convert it to liter by dividing by what? 1000. So when you do this division, you end up having 0.540 liter. So remember, convert this to liter by dividing by what? 1000. So what next? Molarity now will be equal to, what did you get here? We got this. So 1.348 mole all over the volume, 0.540 liters. Okay? So we have ended up having mole per liter, which is where we can express molarity. So when you divide this thing, you have your answer. So our answer is going to be 2.50 mole per liter. Some persons can decide to leave their answer as 2.50 capital M, which is still the same thing with this. Okay? Remember that liter is the same thing as what? dm cube. So we can also express that 2.50 mole per dm cube. So these are the ways we can express them. So this is how to do simple calculations on molarity. So the next way we can express concentration of a solution is by molality, okay? So molality is simply the number of mole of solute divided by the what? Or the ratio of the mole of the solute over the mass of the solvent in kilogram. So look at this simple calculation, okay? What is the molality of a solution prepared by dissolving 5 grams of toluene? Toluene is methyl benzene, okay? Which is C7H8 in 225 grams of benzene. So the first thing we are going to do is to ask ourselves which one is the solute, which one is the solvent. For the fact we are dissolving 5 grams of toluene in benzene, it means that toluene is the solute and definitely benzene is the what? Solvent. Okay? So we are going to calculate the number of mole of this toluene using these 5 grams and this molar mass. So number of mole of toluene is equal to the mass, which is what? 5 grams over the molar mass. The molar mass of toluene is 92. How did I get 92? 92 is simply 12 times 7 plus 1 times 8. If you sum it together, you have 92. So when you divide this thing, you have the number of mole. The number of mole of toluene is 0.0543 mole. Okay? So the next thing now is to convert the mass of the benzene. The mass of benzene was given in what? In grams. So to convert the mass of benzene, you simply divide 225 by what? 1000. You have 0.225 kg. Okay? So with this now, you can now see that you have your mole, you have your mass in kilogram. So we simply say that molality is equal to 0.0543 mole all over 0.225 kg. When you divide this thing, the final answer becomes 0.241 molality, mole per kilogram. So we can express concentration in mole per kilogram, and that is the final answer to this question.